if you don't get something accomplished in a day, let it go.
Let it go.
Don't take that stress and bring it into your next day, because then you're already starting that day trying to respond to something instead of controlling your day. You're letting the day control you.
Yeah, gotta be like Toni Braxton. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Welcome to the Strong by Choice podcast, where our purpose is to inspire women to be bold about their intentions and to take massive action working towards their goals in all areas of life.
Hey guys, I'm Susan, better known as Susie Savage.
And I'm Desiree Cosmic Gray.
Today we're going to be talking about time management as an entrepreneur and mom, because we're all of that too. Oh Lord, this one is it's personal.
But you know what though? Not. It's something I've been practicing on daily.
Yeah.
I'm going to get into it just a little bit, just on my own story. So my biggest thing, at the beginning of the year, everyone does their New Year's resolutions. You're writing down exactly what you want out for the year. I try to make sure I write out what I want for each month. I usually do about a certain time each month when I set my intentions and everything. And so one of my things was to definitely be more work on my time management and work on my priorities and everything. So I've pretty much been on this journey of trying to do that. So for example, this week, I said, okay, when I get home, I want to be sitting down on my couch with my husband by 9:20, right? So I was like, this is how you're going to start practicing, being better with your time management. So I went in there and I tried to make sure what all the important things I needed to do first and whatnot. And I ended up getting on the couch by like 9:32. Now the old me, and this is going to be a form of time management too. The old me and a part of me was like, oh my gosh, you went off by 12 minutes. How are you? You can't even be on time to sit on the couch. If you can't be on time to sit on the couch, how the heck you going to be on time to do business and a linear and better bodies, all this stuff? And I had to tell myself, first off, calm down.
Yeah.
Secondly, you're doing too much.
Yeah.
Thirdly, ain't that big of a deal. So
even the other voices in your head are extra. That's funny.
No, literally. So then after that, I was like, you know what? The next time all I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I thought to myself, okay, what did you do this time? And I went back over what I did. I'm like, okay, so next time, how about you do this first? You do that last. You make sure you move here so you can make sure you reach your deadline. But then at the same time, I was still very relaxed about it. Not so pouncing on myself. Yeah. So then the next day I practiced the same thing again. I said, okay, today we're going to be here at 9:20. And I said, all right. So that day I think I got on the couch by like 9:22. So it went better. And so that's all just to really say that, when you're doing your time management, you definitely want to have like a certain time or you're aligning it with a certain goal or a certain task that you need to do. But also don't get into the space where if you don't reach that time or that goal at wherever day it may be, that you don't beat yourself up about it. Because especially if you're trying to get better with time management, when we're starting to do new habits and starting to create new patterns within ourselves, we ultimately, at least for myself, we beat ourselves up. We beat ourselves
that instant change.
Even change. You have
to do years, a lifetime of
bad habits. Whether it's
like
picked up, exactly. Whether it's picked up by you've had this habit for a few months, for years, it's been habits passed down from you, from your parents and their parents, and so now you got about a whole generation amount of stuff. Beating yourself up about it is only going to put you back into that same place that you're trying to get out of anyway.
I'm glad you started off with that. And you talked about New Year's resolutions, and I do like keywords kind of for me. And my word this year has been grace. I put real high expectations on myself, and like sometimes I know they're unrealistic, and I'm like, well, you can do it anyways. And this year I'm letting myself, I'm trying to not beat myself up more. Because I wear a lot of hats and I do a lot of things, and the level that I expect out of myself, sometimes I don't take into consideration like
you already done too.
I mean, what I've already done, but whatever. But also like being a mom and like being a spouse, and then like me time. Like I always I plan in time for London, but like the me time, like right now, like I have workouts planned into my schedule, and like that's it. Aside from that, there's no time where I'm like, this is my time to sit down, this is my time to go for a walk, this is my time to do my hair. There's none of that in my schedule. And I know like right now I'm definitely in a transition phase where I'm trying to change my schedule. I've been trying to for a little bit now. But I've decided it's going to happen this week. But the big thing is like you have to be intentional about what you say you want and what you say you want to accomplish. And I think it's super important to figure out what your priorities are for that day, that week, that month. And one thing that really helps me is like planning out quarterly goals. So instead of saying, you know, I'm going to accomplish all this stuff this week, kind of putting like a deadline on. I want to have this.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So like even with the podcast, this is something I wanted to do last year. I said it was going to drop at the end of January. The release date was the real release date now.
What's tomorrow? Tomorrow is the 25th.
Yeah. So
wait, hold on.
February.
So look, y'all. So I love Susan, right?
Don't come for me, first of all.
And Susan, again, with these expectations, Susan would come to me. She'd be real hype, like, all right, yeah, so I'm going to do this podcast. It's going to drop January 31st. Mind you, I think she mentioned it like in December when you first said it, or was it in the beginning of January?
Well, I think I bought the stuff I either bought it in November or December. The actual idea for the podcast, that came to me like in May.
Yeah, I remember.
But like actually saying like I was gonna drop it this year, it was probably December.
Yeah, and so I looked at her, and this is what happens. I'll look at Susan, and if you guys
want to see, really be saying
no. But listen, me a side if you guys are listening to the podcast, you have to go to our channel on YouTube so you can see my facial expressions. But she'll say something, and she come to me like this, like bright eye, like I'm gonna do it. I'm like, and I look at her like, okay, but in the back of my mind, but like. And I told you this too. And that's why you're
a bad friend, because she don't ever check me.
I did.
She'll sit there and like she'll be like, okay, yeah, and like hype me up. And that, nobody ever tells me no.
Hold up. I be trying to tell Susan. I be like, Susan, I don't really. I be like, you think we should
actually say no? She goes,
you know what?
Okay.
All right. So you know what? We gonna eliminate this from now on. I'm gonna say, Susan, no. Is that what you need in your life?
Isn't that what I wrote on the notes?
Ooh. Okay, I got you. But anyway, she looked at me that way, and I was like, Susan, I don't know. I think I could have sworn I said I don't know, because you looked at me, you was like, yes, I will, Desiree, and I was like, like she get this thing, you go, is this one like that? That's what you do. Don't she do that? And I was like, all right, cool. But I was like, but then me, because I know the type of person you are, I'm going to support her. I'm going to do what I can. And then when that date started approaching, I was just like, I told her I said we're going to be this date. But no matter what, it's here.
Anyway.
2 months later.
Whatever. You know, people still going to get blessed.
All right. Girl, ain't that the truth?
Okay. Anyways, so setting like quarterly goals instead of being like, this week I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. Because here's the thing, like as an entrepreneur, my timelines are really self-imposed, and that like realization is so crazy. Like the amount of stress that I put on myself is so stupid. I don't care, because
I ain't say nothing.
You said it on your face. But look, dog. Either way, like no one tells me this, and that's the thing. I know from my significant other. Apparently, I don't like being told no. But I think I'm just a logical person. So if you don't tell me why something can't happen, then it can happen.
And I think sometimes even when people give you that reason, you like, well, I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah. Oh, whatever. But I'm at the point now.
Yes, you are.
I think I am. Anyways,
you're growing.
I'm trying to grow. I am growing. But so just taking some of that self-imposed stress off of myself. I had a realization the other day. Like I have anxiety, and sometimes like I be feeling like my heart is about to explode, and I'm like, why am I stressing about this? Like I literally create my own life. I create my schedule. Like I can say no to people. This is my business. Can't nobody fire me. If I really don't want to come in, and I had this moment on Friday, I woke up and my stomach hurt and I was stressed out. I was like, oh my God, can I even get out the bathroom to make it to go train these clients? And I was like, I have 3 other trainers that are in the gym right now. One of them can stay back and do this class. Like,
that's it.
Yeah. And even though I was still stressing when I didn't come in, I was like, I wonder if they're following the plan. And mind you, like, I have the plan for the clients written out, like the weight set they're using, everything. Like they all have their individualized plan. But I was still like, are they going to set up the bars right? Are they going to remember how many exercises do? Because you can write stuff out and people still don't get it.
Yeah.
But so like I was sitting at home stressed and I'm like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like they've done this workout, the way it's set up is a progression. All of them have done that workout at least 3 times. So there's no way they could really like mess up to like get hurt. And again, there's 3 other certified trainers in the room for the strength class. So again, it's like, why was I stressing? Like, why couldn't I just let myself like be sick in bed and go to sleep? Self-imposed craziness.
Yeah. And you cause an unnecessary stress on yourself when ultimately, if there's something going on with you and you're not able to show up, I think it also ties in the part when people want to be in control. But I feel like things are going to happen no matter what. So you can either be stressed out about it and you still, and no matter what, you're going to have to deal with it. And then you can't even bring like a clear enough mind to actually assess the situation and change it. Or you can actually say, you know what, it's out of my hands right now. I'm going to be present right now. Yeah. And so when you come to that situation, now you're like, all right, this is what's going to happen. Because if you come in there clouded, girl.
Yeah, it was probably better they didn't see me that morning anyways. But you know what's crazy? My other half, like we're like opposites when it comes to that. Like he's just so laid back. Yeah. And it like sometimes it legit like makes me angry because I'm like how like do you not care? Like why are you not stressed out? And like he's just like, I'm alive, I'm breathing, like what is it to be stressed out?
And then there's a good point that you just pointed out there where we start to tie caring with stressing. Yeah. Like if I'm not constantly thinking
not
about
working hard enough if you're not stressed
out.
Right.
If you're not stressed out, if you're not constantly working, then all of a sudden that means you don't care.
And your value has
decreased. Your value has gone down by pretty much what your performance is. Yeah. And I'm getting to the place, and now I know you're working on too, that no matter what I do, whether I'm doing or not doing, I have value in that moment. And
this also ties back into that money mindset kind of thing. Like you feel like people are giving you money, you have to provide like this. It's such a little thing like to reschedule something. And
what? I be feeling
all of my clients, I do, but the majority of my clients are mothers, are entrepreneurs. Like they're similar to what I have going on. So if one day I'm like, I can't come in, no one's gonna be like, oh my God, I paid you and you're not giving me a service. Yeah, like it's never happened and it won't happen.
No, and you can always make it up on another day.
Yeah, so like it's just not even a big deal. But I sit there and I'm like, drive myself crazy.
And I think it's probably like, I think that in a way that's like your. I hate to say, but I'm going to say safe space. Like, you know how to like.
Oh, it is. I don't know how to be calm. It's something that like I'm truly working on with therapy is like actually like having moments where I'm just sitting still. And like my therapist, she talked about like she literally takes like time to just sit there and like not think about anything, to just be. Yeah. And that concept is so foreign to me. I've tried meditating before. Desiree tried to get me to meditate and she said apple and I laughed. And it was ridiculous. I can't. It's so hard for me to clear my mind of all thoughts and all. I'm always like, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? I have this need to. I guess like the whole success thing. I feel like I always have to be working. I always have to be on the next thing.
You need to tap into your feminine power.
My who?
You need to tap into your feminine power.
Yeah, we've talked about that before too. And I do think I have more of a masculine energy. But when,
You do.
I do. But I need to be able to tap into both. Like there was what happened? We were moving stuff. We do this thing.
Oh my God.
We do everything ourselves because we've talked about before. People don't tend to come through when we need them to. Yeah. And we were moving like furniture or something, and like 2 guys stopped and like offered to help. And at first we said no, and then we were like, "What?"
Yeah, I was just like, "No, I'm not going to do it."
Yeah.
we don't need your help. And then, but I'm like, man, I'm tired. This is
tired.
heavy.
This is heavy. These are two grown men who have a truck and have tools, and they wanted to help us. And why are we blocking other people's blessings?
Yeah, man. And then the crazy thing about it too was, so and finally I was like, you know what? And I think that also goes into the fact of being vulnerable, and like I think also going against this stereotype of like, oh, what femininity and being a woman. This is off topic.
The whole strong black woman.
Yeah,
thing. I don't need no man.
I don't need no man to help me do it. But I was like, you know what? No, yes, you can help us. And the crazy thing about it is, so once we both was like, you know what, we can go ahead and help us, and we were able to relax, and they did the work. It ended up the guy that was helping us was actually a repairman, and he actually helped put some stuff up.
The second location, and he got paid for it.
And he got paid for it.
Everybody got blessed. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable and feminine, whatever all that other cosmic stuff Desiree would call
I can't wait till Susan be like, when you get it, you
the cosmic stuff,
not the cosmic stuff,
but just the feminine stuff. I get it. Mm-hmm. It's just a hard transition.
Yeah,
you know, you can understand things and try to do it, but
yeah, because I think
I've been this way my whole life.
I bet because you're just naturally just a doer.
Yeah, and I have 4 brothers, so I'm an athlete. Yeah, so just I get things done. Whatever has to be done, I find a way to get it done. If it takes me changing, me improving, it's gonna get done. Mm-hmm. So I'm 28 years old. I've been doing this my whole life. Yeah, it ain't gonna happen overnight.
Oh, ain't no pressure.
Give me grace.
We off topic.
No, we're not.
Is that a thing? I don't think we off topic.
No, whatever. Okay. But yeah, going back to time management. So you need to, as an entrepreneur.
I keep looking over there at Solomon every time. I don't know why. Go.
As an entrepreneur, you need to be very intentional about how your days are set up. So yes, give yourself grace, but you want to have blocks of time where you're focusing on one thing at a time. And that right there in itself is hard for me to do, I know. So if you say like you're going to work on your emails, responding to emails from 10 to 11, you need to make sure that you're only doing that. You're not checking social media. You're not allowing someone else to come in. And that goes to the next point, being able to like say no to things that don't align with your priorities or your purpose for that day or that time period.
If you haven't already completed the stuff that you know you need to, then like you said, go ahead. If you haven't already done the stuff that you know that you really need to, that you had plenty of opportunity or time of doing in that day, but then you decide to do something that has absolutely nothing to do with if it's not actually something that's going to bring you some kind of relaxation, kind of reset you, but you just kind of like BSing, then no, you need that's not aligning with what I have to do today. And then maybe the next day you BS, but not today. Mm-hmm.
So cut the distractions. When you're working on something, make sure that everything else is put away. So turn off your phone, turn off social media.
Turn off the TV.
Turn off the TV.
Turn off the TV. Don't Netflix and chill. Don't Netflix and eat. Just Netflix and no Netflix. No Netflix. I love me some Netflix, but me and Netflix got to have a talk. We got to break up.
At this point in my life, I don't have time for Netflix. I wish. Yeah. Maybe I'll start putting that in my me time. Netflix.
There you go.
I would never put that in my me time.
Okay, all right. No. Maybe a nice book.
Yes, and
there you go.
That was one of my goals too. I wanted to read more books, so I'm going to include that in my blocks of time. So that's what I've been moving into, is doing those blocks, and then making sure that the other distractions are put away. Yeah. And one thing, like as a mom and as a spouse, know that you can be very intentional about your day and how you block it off, but sometimes things just won't go your way, and so my suggestion is to prioritize those important things first in your day. Because typically, if you can get stuff done before your kid wakes up, that's like the best time. Or like when your mind is fresh. So
and that way you can be more present.
Yes. Mm-hmm. The way that I want my day to be set up, I want to be able to first get my mindset right. Yep. So I try to start my day. I listen to something inspirational. I read something. I write in my prayer journal. Ideally, I would like to have like an hour for that. But the way my life is set up right now, I got 5 a.m. clients every day. It's more like 15 minutes. But I'm getting there. I'm a work in progress. Yes. But you want to get your mind right for the day. Because here's the other thing, is you want to make sure you're controlling your day. You don't want to wake up responding to other people. So first thing you do in a day shouldn't be responding to emails and stuff like that. You want to make sure you're in control and that you're able to set your day based on what's important to you and that you're not responding to the demands of somebody else. Because that also puts that pressure on you and that unwanted, like...
That's why I put my phone on silent in the morning now.
Yeah. Oh,
Not
that was a jab at me, actually.
Slow, but you don't do it as much anymore. But like,
I don't try to wake you up. That's why I send it to your messenger, because I'm like, if she's not awake, then she won't hear this.
I hear it no matter what.
Oh, well, put your phone on silent, dog.
That's what I do.
Because you're the only person that can understand what I'm going through. Because I can't complain about you or whoever about whoever.
Don't say his name.
I just said a random name.
Yes,
but I'm just saying, like, you can't complain to Bob about Bob. Whatever. Sorry. Yeah, so I just complain to you, or not complain, even like tell you what's going on, because you're the only other person that knows everything that's going on. It's not meant to wake you up. Don't be offended. Anyways,
what, you gonna beat me up?
I might. I'll flip this table over if I have to.
Okay.
Can you get back on track? Dang. But yeah.
Go ahead.
I thought you were about to go somewhere.
Oh no, I'll go somewhere. So, and like what but what Susan was saying too, about being able to set your day and everything. Like, I know when I wake up, I try to. Well, the first thing I do, I like to give my sense of gratitude. Thank you. I'll say whatever. I'm glad I woke up. Then I'll try to write down what I dreamed of, and then from there, I'll either try to meditate, but for whatever reason, meditation I like more in the afternoon. But my goal is,
it gives you a break from your day.
Yeah, it gives me. I like to meditate, like you said, in the day, because it's like I'm able to woosah, and especially if I have to go in later on in the evening to go to work in the gym, I'm just kind of like, okay, let me get my mind right. But I want to start moving it to the early morning, just so I can have a set time. So that's also just me waking up earlier as well. But moving those things earlier in the day, when you have that time of peace, when there's not too many distractions.
Also, so like, you can only make so many good decisions in a day. Like, there's research saying, like, your clarity after making so many decisions, it decreases. And it studies on like surgeons. So like, if there's like a really intense like surgery, they'll try to schedule like earlier in the day before they've had a bunch of distractions. Or because there's a lot of like entrepreneurs, like millionaires, who wear the same thing over and over again. Like the Facebook CEO guy, Mark, whatever. Like, he wears the white shirt and the jeans every day, because that's one decision less that you have to worry about every day.
You know, our brains are powerful things, and we process so much information on a daily, even by second, even with us looking and everything, we process so much stuff. We have to make a decision. Like, I can understand when wearing the same thing every day, because there's other stuff that's more important that needs that amount of energy, that attention.
I think all women should probably do that.
Direction.
I'm not going to, but it would be like a great thing.
But I just be stressing over like, what am I going to wear today?
Yeah, but even like limiting your closet, so it's like you got 5 things to choose from. You wore that yesterday, you didn't wear that today.
Right.
So it just takes one less thing off your agenda.
But like I was saying though, having those things taken out earlier in the day, so when you are doing something that you actually enjoy, where like spending time with your spouse, your significant other, spending time with your family, your friends, and also your children, you can be present. And at that time, there's nothing else in your mind, because you're
not trying to make decisions, not trying to think about what needs to be done later on.
Yeah, because if I'm like with Brielle and I know there's like all these different things I have to do, and I get my anxiety peaks up, and if she does something that's like a regular toddler would do, it's heightened to me, because I know in the back of my mind, you got to get this done. You got to spend time with this. And it causes so much more stress than what it needs to. And it takes away from her.
Right. And going off of that stress, like, if you don't get something accomplished in a day, let it go.
Let it go.
Don't take that stress and bring it into your next day, because then you're already starting that day trying to respond to something instead of controlling your day. You're letting the day control you.
Yeah, gotta be like Tony Braxton. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
I hope they zoom in so you see how dumb you look.
But you know what I'm talking. Never mind.
Yeah, I do. Go ahead. I do. But you need to be in control of your day. You need to set your intentions. You need to make sure that your mindset is right to really take control of your day. And you need to give yourself grace if things don't go according to plan, to be able to pivot and still make the best out of your day. And realize, as an entrepreneur, as a mom, as a spouse, whatever other hat you wear, no matter how much you plan, sometimes things are just not going to happen the way that you want them to. Right. And that's okay. Don't let that stress carry over into the next day. Be able to be present in your moments, because that's so important.
And be able to find that joy back in your life too. So you, especially if you're in a business where you feel really stressed out, being able to like you said, let that go and everything, you're going to be able to make better decisions. You're going to have clearer thoughts. You're going to have stuff come to you a lot easily and a lot smoother.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you're just up there, just cranked out, just like, oh my gosh, I'm stressed, you block so much stuff from yourself because you're not able to really see or feel what it is that you actually need and want to do.
Agree. Yeah. So take these tips, apply them to your life. You don't want your business to control you. The reason we become entrepreneurs is so that we can do what we want to do, so we can help people. But I hate saying it because it's so corny, but if your cup is empty, you can't pour into others. Having that stress, having that anxiety, it puts you in that state of mind where you're no use to others.
Yes.
So make sure you're controlling your day. Don't let your day control you. Take control of your time management and apply these tips to your life.
Yes, girl.
If we missed any good tips, you have anything for us, go on our page and comment it or send it to us so we can add it for others, because we contribute to all.
Yes, so thanks again for listening. We'll see you guys next time. Bye. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, and share on Facebook at Strong by Choice, and also on Instagram at Strong_by Choice.